Mr. Chairman. It is unfortunate that the chairman has decided it is business as usual here at the Finance Committee. This is coming against the backdrop of a health care calamity that's about to hit so many American families like a wrecking ball. One of the couples that are just going to get clobbered by what's ahead are Bart and Carla from Eugene, Oregon, and they are going to fall between the cracks and in such a hurtful way. They are going to pay 500% more for the same health insurance they had this year. 500%, folks. That's what we're talking about, and we're going to have a hearing on some nominees. Now, the reality is we have tried to negotiate with Republicans to prevent these huge price hikes in insurance premiums for months. Every step of the way, even before the shutdown, the door has been slammed shut by my Republican colleagues. In 2 days, millions of Americans are going to start trying to renew their health insurance because of efforts by Donald Trump and for-profit insurance companies to actually conceal these premium increases. Most American families are in the dark about how expensive their health care is going to get. Wait till you hear them speaking out about sticker shock. Just days from open enrollment, what are the Republicans talking about? They're talking about bailing out a foreign country while families go hungry, and the Secretary of Treasury, who's close to a billionaire, talks about being a soybean farmer. The Republicans sure aren't talking about keeping costs down. The Finance Committee could be working today to keep health care affordable, to make sure people don't lose their coverage. Instead, it's been quiet. You can practically see tumbleweeds rolling across the floor of the House of Representatives. Mike Johnson's given everybody a 6-week vacation. Might as well be tumbleweeds rolling across the floor here or this hearing room. What we ought to be doing is talking about the consequences, the premium increases families are going to face, and what is going to be done about them. In 10 months, the Senate Finance Committee has failed to hold a single hearing on health care. Not a one. It's been 400 days since that last meeting on major and real health policy challenges. With a health care affordability crisis for millions of Americans days away, that is a textbook case of failure to fulfill your constitutional duty to conduct oversight and find solutions for families. On our side, we've made it clear that we are more than ready to negotiate with Republicans to keep costs down and reopen the government. And in fact, I've been giving examples of how this committee can do it if there's a political will, such as the situation with pharmacy benefit managers. So I think it's unfortunate that when we want to go after solutions to these skyrocketing family health costs, the Republicans just aren't available. Now, turning to the subject of today's hearing, we'll start with Mr. Bell, nominated to serve as Inspector General at HHS. Donald Trump has done more than any American president in history to undermine inspector generals tasked with rooting out fraud and abuse in the government. He unlawfully fired nearly 24 inspectors general across the government, including at HHS. He replaced them with a whole wave of partisan Republican operatives who stand ready to sabotage the independence of oversight inspectors general and what they're supposed to do. So my own view is Mr. Bell shouldn't be with us this morning. My view is the job he seeks from the American people isn't vacant. Putting that aside, the record shows, the public record, that he is a dangerous nominee. The record shows he spent his career running smear campaigns, including heading up a witch hunt against Planned Parenthood under a special House committee. At this moment, he's leading a highly partisan investigation into Act Blue to undermine Donald Trump's political opponents. The Inspector General's office at the Health and Human Services Department is the largest such office in the government, and for a solid reason. There's a lot of work to be done, for example, to go after the fraudsters who are stealing taxpayer dollars or hurting families. Mr. Bell in the past has used his position, this is the record, the public record, to target opponents of the Republican Party instead of using the power he had to root out legitimate health care fraud and abuse. Americans ought to be able to know that their independent watchdogs are going to call balls and strikes without political interference. If confirmed, it's my view that Mr. Bell will challenge that faith to the core. Next is Mr. Arjun Modi, nominated to be Deputy Commissioner of the Social Security Administration. His appearance is timely, considering that his new boss, Mr. Bisignano, has been deputized to be the acting director of IRS after months of actual chaos at that tax filing agency. As tax filing seasons kick into high gear, that means Mr. Bisignano is going to be a busy man, which means that Mr. Modi will in effect be the de facto head of Social Security. So I'm concerned about the state of affairs there because Mr. Modi does not have any direct experience working on Social Security policy, and as far as I can tell, he has not managed more than a couple of dozen people. Social Security continues to face a customer service crisis, and Americans deserve to have Social Security led by somebody who knows how to right the ship. In yesterday's Washington Post, one of my constituents from Lake Oswego, Oregon, shared how after waiting on hold for more than 2 hours to speak with someone from Social Security, he received the cruelly named polite disconnect in which he was hung up on because the office was no longer open. He was recently diagnosed with throat cancer and just wanted information about survivor benefits for his family. It took 3 more attempts of hour-long wait times for him to get in touch with somebody at Social Security. So put me down as skeptical that Mr. Modi has the experience to lead this agency in Mr. Bisignano's absence and to address this customer service crisis. Let me conclude by discussing the 2 trade nominees. Important positions, Julie Callahan to be Chief Agricultural Negotiator at the Office of USTR, and Mr. Getman to be deputy in that office. Donald Trump's trade agenda has been nothing short of a disaster for the country. Farmers and small businesses are struggling to stay afloat as he flip-flops on his tariffs. Prices on everything families buy, from groceries to cars to electronics, just keep going up and up. Workers are wondering if they're going to have a job 1 month to the next. What's needed now more than ever is a consistent, understandable trade agenda that's going to put American workers, businesses, and farmers first. Instead, what we have is a trade agenda that seems driven by Donald Trump's personal grievances. I'll be waiting to hear from these nominees exactly how they plan to restore stability to the economy and bring down costs for business. My final point is this. This is not business as usual. Senate Republicans are making a mockery out of this process by advancing nominees like Mr. Bell and voting to confirm him over 100 unqualified individuals in one fell swoop. The government is shut down. Donald Trump is using it as another opportunity to stomp all over the U.S. Constitution and use taxpayer dollars as a personal piggy bank. I cannot support more nominees that have been hand-picked to help Donald Trump do just that. Thank you.